seniors and junior colleagues. I can see a few of them. Thank you for making it convenient to be here on time after enjoying 15th August. I decided to talk on a subject which is, I believe, very close to everybody's heart, especially the current generation of railway medical service officers who are all, I must say, beyond 40, 45, 50. I chose this topic because my knees keep telling me a story almost every day, that however much I color my hair and rub anti-aging creams, my biological clock keeps turning over at an alarming rate. And that I am not really a freshly hatched chicken. I may believe I am a freshly hatched chicken, but I am not. The knees does not allow me to believe that. In fact, it is the knees which is a great giveaway of advancing age almost all over the world. And for those who have a feeling in the knee, do not worry. You are among those millions above 40 who are flocking to orthopedic clinics all over the world. The talk is about paying heed to these warning signals that we have every day, every moment of our life from the knees, and do whatever is necessary to keep our knees as healthy as possible. With that background, let me recapitulate quickly what exactly is the knee joint. As you can see, the most important part of the knee, of which we are majorly concerned about, is the articular cartilage, the one colored yellow. It is hyaline cartilage. It has extremely important properties, because right from the day when we have started standing on our feet, bipedal gait, this particular yellow material has been carrying our weight and will continue to carry our weight until we become prostrate again. So it has to have certain very, very important properties. Number one, it has to be elastic, it has to be smooth, and it should have the capacity to absorb load. The knee is covered by a capsule which is made of a tough membrane which encloses the joint and connects one bone to the other. And that red area which you can see is the synovial tissue. It is a very vascular, it is a covering of the knee joint, and it contains the synovial fluid which lubricate and nourish the yellow material which is the cartilage. And of course we have the different ligaments which connect one bone to the other. As I told you, we are most concerned about the articular cartilage because osteoarthritis of the knee is a problem of the articular cartilage. Now this articular cartilage, which is a hyaline cartilage, as I told you, consists of major two parts. One is the chondrocytes, which is the cartilage cells, and it constitutes significantly only 2% of that cartilage. And 98% is the extracellular matrix, which is no less important. And it contains, this extracellular matrix contains water, which is 80%, and some collagen fibers and proteoglycans. So, in this flow diagram, we can see that the articular cartilage consists of extracellular matrix, which is 98%, and chondrocytes, which are 2%. This extracellular matrix contains water, which is 80%, and solid, which is 20%. This solid consists of proteoglycans and collagen. And these proteoglycans, the commonly heard medicinal items, which every arthritic patient has heard of, is the glucosamine sulfate, the chondroitin sulfate, the keratin sulfate, different types of pharmaceutical preparations which are being used for treatment of arthritis. And these proteoglycans basically gives the cartilage its compressive stiffness and the ability to bear load. The collagen part, it gives the articular cartilage its properties of elasticity and the shock absorbing properties. Now let us come to the 2% of the cartilage, which is chondrocytes. Chondrocytes are the cells which are regulating the synthesis and degradation of the cartilage. This slide is extremely important to understand the biomechanics of osteoarthritis, why it develops. Hyaline cartilage has an excellent property that when you load that cartilage, it sort of squeezes out water. As I told you, the cartilage consists 80% water. It squeezes out the water, and as soon as you remove the load, water soaks back into the cartilage. And this property gives the knee articular cartilage the property of viscosity and elasticity. Now with this background, let us understand the pathogenesis of osteoarthritis. Any factor which can be extrinsic or intrinsic, which damages the collagen, damages the proteoglycans, or damages the chondrocytes, will result in the basic breakdown of the cartilage and initiation of osteoarthritis. Now chondrocytes, as I told you, is responsible for cartilage synthesis. Which is the most important part of this synthesis is the tissue growth factor. Thank you. The tissue growth factor. It stimulates the synthesis of proteoglycans, collagen, and hyaluronic acid by the chondrocytes, and stimulates formation of new cartilage. Now about cartilage degradation. What stimulates cartilage degradation is basically the pro-inflammatory cytokines. And these incidentally are secreted by the chondrocytes itself. They are the interleukin 1 beta, the tumor necrosis factor alpha, interleukin 6, and interleukin 8. Now what does this pro-inflammatory cytokines do? They produce MMPs or metalloproteinases, examples stromycin, collagenase, etc. And they are released by the action of interleukin 1 beta, and this destroys the cartilage matrix and cells. It produces, this pro-inflammatory cytokines produces COX-2, which is the basic enzyme of inflammation, which leads to the formation of prostaglandins and stimulates the inflammatory process. And it also stimulates the release of free radicals called nitric oxide. Extremely dangerous inflammatory agent, which leads to death of chondrocytes, and it is called the apoptosis of the chondrocytes. So these inflammatory cytokines are basically releasing these. Whenever they are stimulated, they are releasing these into the joint, leading to destruction of both the extracellular matrix and the cartilage. So this diagram will tell you that on one hand we have got the tissue growth factor, which is acting on the chondrocytes and is stimulating production of proteoglycan, collagen synthesis, and chondrocyte stimulation, and leading to cartilage synthesis, which is the anabolic part of the process. And at the same time we have balancing it, release of cytokines like interleukin 1 beta, which is also acting on the chondrocytes, resulting in release of collagenase enzymes, as I told you, nitric oxide and COX-2s, which is leading to cartilage degradation or catatonic action. Now when we are young, we have a fine balance of this anabolic and catatonic action.